Tukaya Sushiana. Stoking up the incense tonight. How is everybody? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. This session is a collective reading as we come into the first week of September. I'm stoking up the incense here. I'm so lit because one superficial, but not really, thing that I really miss from Glastonbury is having access to Starchild, who have the most insanely delicious incense blends. I'm just so excited. I received a delivery. I felt so blessed because it is luxury to me. What is luxury to you? Like the gifts of the earth and these beautiful, sensuous fragrances and herbs and resins that assist us as well, clearing, purifying. It's just so divine. So I feel really blessed. Let's just pop that out of the way now. How are you? How are you all? How are you all doing? It's been a wild week. And as I was preparing for this, I was thinking about the reading last week. And it was talking about things being up in the air. But there was a really grounding, like loving overall energy. And a sort of strength energy of pulling through our reserves. Clear. Pulling on our reserves or our ways of being, like our determination, like our innate capacity to pull through, to find our resilience, right? And it was speaking into, like tapping into that, to kind of pull through fatigue, doubt, whatever it may be, right? And then I kind of remembered that earlier, and I thought, wow, that's actually like happened for me this week. I've actually, and I didn't consciously do that. Like I don't, if I'm not receiving a reading, I'm not taking notes for myself, right? But it just, so we've got that on the bottom. Interesting. It just sort of struck me how there seemed to be a natural fresh wave last week, which was available, of I'm just going to do it. And from that space, like personally, like I managed to start something which I've been meaning in one way or the other to do, this particular thing, probably for about 2-3 years. And for some reason, this week it's aligned. So a fresh energy, maybe a fresh wave of determination, a new perspective. So we're going to see now what we're looking at flowing into this month, right? We're in this Virgo season. It's a really deep, feminine oasis of the body. And we're looking at ourselves, we're looking at our experience from a new consciousness right now. We are new. So to look at the body in a new way, there's something really deep around that. Great Mother, Aho. So let's take a breath, settle in. Thank you, Mother, Father, God, for overseeing and overlighting this space, this reading, calling all our benevolent guides and ancestors. Thank you for this beautiful body that we have, right? Our beautiful vessel. How's the body been feeling? I've been having to move in a different way, and not even like physical exercise. I just mean like through my awareness, clear, my awareness of everything, of where my attention is. It's It's really, really key right now. It's like Spirit's really asking us to have a look at what we are focusing on and choosing to give our attention to. Okay, Spirit. So let's have a little look and let's have a message for the collective for the week coming up. Like, what is the guiding energy here? Two worlds. Scrolls is intellect as well, learning. So it's like maybe there's an aspect of us still in the past, one foot in, one foot out. And also an awareness of a new mind, a new sense of mind somehow. Maybe a new sense of self, but it's coming through as an intellect energy rather than an emotional one. We've got the masculine energy here with the King of Forces. This is beautiful. It's like the King of Wands. It's the ultimate kind of, in a way, it's the mastery of energy, of intention is what I'm getting here in regards to these two worlds. It's like, it's almost like an expanded version of that energy of last week of, can we pull some determination, like that assertive masculine energy, and align it with something constructive? And the King of Forces is like the manifestation of that. And then we've got the chess game, which is a keys card, which is about our personal authority and who we are in the world. And this is a kind of big energy right now around, and it's to do with the dissolving as well, because it's dissolving of what's false, dissolving of any masks, anywhere we've pretended, and stepping forward in the world with this king energy. But more aligned with our true authority, right? Okay, so we've still got the Tower here. I don't know whether we had the Devil and the Tower last week. The Tower isn't ongoing, to be fair. The Tower's happening in the world, isn't it? So whenever it shows up in a reading now, I'm like, yeah. Because even if it's not necessarily this week, us that's having a Tower moment, the world is in a bit of a Tower moment, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, you couldn't, sudden change, upheavals, chaos, revelations. But the thing is, I always feel a positive energy with the Tower, because if it's always something that, it's not always something that we're conscious of, but it's always something in our life it's not completely random, right? So in other words, it may be being shown a truth, and we can look at truth in different ways. It might not be a truth that we expected or particularly wanted to deal with at that moment. However, it normally provides a really good insight, right? And sometimes we need to know. And we've got the Six of Pentacles here, which is like almost feeding into that energy that I've just been saying, because it's something around being generous in that moment of realization. Like if there's a truth present, this is almost like coming to a balance with it, or a generous perspective, maybe. The word charity is on this card. And, you know, if you look at the image. So maybe that energy could assist with any Tower moments that crop up this week, because we've got the Six of Swords as well, which is transition, change, and it suggests potential to release or leave things behind. Okay, so it's leaving something behind here. So there's still this energy of, and it's the renewal energy. So it makes sense that it's still here. And the number 6 here is balance, it's movement. So there is movement, there are solutions. There's harmony here potentially, and then from that there's healing, but it does speak to the transition and change, or the upheaval that may suddenly come with the Tower here. Now we've got the Hierophant here as well, which is a really interesting card. So again, the theme of change, you can see it in the number 5 here with the Hierophant as well. It's this really it's a thread that's weaving through everything right now. It's like we're all being asked to become really good with change. We're almost like we want to look at it in a different way and examine the parts of us that resist it, because it's inevitable. It's like coming like a tidal wave sometimes. But the Hierophant is a very deep card. It has an authoritative energy. Sometimes in readings, it's like tradition, authority, like that kind of energy, like old, institutions, traditional thinking. But to me, what it is, it's not just to me, it is much deeper than that. It's not just conformity in that way and tradition in that way. The Hierophant is kind of aware of all. It's a very high frequency intelligence card, or higher aspect of is the Hierophant understands the elements, understands how everything weaves together, is connected to karma. The Hierophant understands cause and effect. It has a higher perspective. So the energy of the generosity, maybe to somebody else, if this Tower moment maybe involves somebody else or relationships with somebody else, mirroring this kind of two worlds energy maybe, or associated with it. But the Hierophant is like, can we bring in a deeper awareness or understanding, or the context of cause and effect? Like karma, people say karma's a bitch. Karma feels like punishment. It's not that. It's just a very simple fact that if we do something, it has an effect. It's just cause and effect. It has a ripple somewhere. And there's kind of there's a nod here to maybe somebody who can really understand the nuances of that. Maybe you're really good at feeling that karmic thread in life. Which is understanding energy, right? The forces is our energy and the cosmic laws, the laws of the universe. So those two cards are a very high frequency. I just feel called to just dip to the two worlds card for a moment, and just read a bit from the guidebook. Surrounded by a spinning wheel and baskets of wool, a beautiful woman, worried and tired, gazes at the embers in the fireplace. She's worked hard at her spinning for the coins that are gathered on the table. The expansive window behind her looks out on a Buddhist monastery high in the mountains. Am I holding that up even? When you receive this card, there is conflict in life between what the outer world requires of you and how your own spirit directs you. You actually may have had a number of past lives where you wanted to focus on your spiritual growth and therefore joined a monastery to do so. Then missing the wonders that the secular world could offer, such as love, family, and financial success. You chose the secular world exclusively in your next incarnation. Yet this didn't offer the spiritual focus you also sought. Because of this, it's likely that you bounce back and forth from the monastic to the personal in a number of incarnations and through a number of different faiths. You are now again experiencing a polarity between a fully self-realized spiritual experience and personal success in your day-to-day life. It often feels as if you have to let one go in order to embrace the other. And I'm really feeling the Tower energy as I'm reading this. This push-pull will continue until you learn to bring your spiritual self to every situation in your personal life. It's time to replace worry with trust and integrate your eternal truth with your temporal reality. If you have a job or are in a relationship that actively pulls you from your spirit, you must deal with it or possibly leave it. Who you are forever is who you are now. Let nothing impede that power. When you own it, absolute self-realization in both worlds will elude you no longer. Interesting. And the affirmation is, the divine thrives in my daily world. Witness the God of your understanding stand beside you. See yourself walking through your life in this great company, handling everything that comes your way. And that's an interesting energy to close with there, because it's like when we get these moments, whether it is the Tower or just that is a tower, isn't it? The realization that like, I can't carry on with this anymore, or something just collapses. Sometimes the mind, it's like it gets into the immediate how about the next thing. But really, it's like if we can drop into cultivate a deeper relationship with self, the very inner understandings, this Hierophant energy, this teacher, the inner it's a teacher energy, really, and it's this inner connection. Then we kind of know that if we're basing our decisions from our truth and our love in our heart in that way and what's right for us, then we know that we're always going to be okay. Right. And yeah, the Six of Swords here, transition. But you know, it's got a beautiful movement to it, a balanced energy. It's moving on, you know, it's moving on. So I'm just going to feel into, what is this? Actually, no, we're going to ask the cards what that is, and then we can cycle back if that's necessary. Okay, so we've got this Three of Keys, the chess game. I've had the number 3 a lot the last couple of days in different ways, and it's like, for me, it's speaking into this creative Leo energy that comes through from the last month and is a theme for a lot of us, because the creative energy is the new space, the frequency from which newness will come. So what is this about? Nice. What is this chess game about? Interesting. So we've got the 10 of Cups, which is just such a beautiful, blissful card. Like, it's harmonious, it's inner happiness, it's fulfillment, it's just completion of, or wishes fulfilled. Yeah. 10 of Cups is a beautiful energy. So the chess game, essentially, or the movement, some sort of dynamic that's going on. On the one hand, we've got the 10 of Cups, which is where we are. I don't like to say moving to, because it's like a linear thing, but essentially it's what we're stepping into or expanding into. And then we've got the 10 of Wands and the Devil. So it's like these are the two sides, right? These are the two sides. Someone's playing chess with different things in their life. And I think a lot of us are maneuvering things around. And, you know, the guiding light there, Spirit is saying the director should be the King of Forces. So we're pulling that energy of pulling out of us our best self, our determination, the thread, the thing that's going to get us there, the peace. Even though we might be tired, we've had enough, or something's happening, something's collapsing around. Spirit's asking us to pull out these energies, our Hierophant, inner intelligence, mastery. That is the full expression of that. And the King of Forces. There's a new assertive energy recently amongst this deep feminine presence. And it's that divine assertion that will take us into a space where we express ourselves in a new way, where we can move beyond two worlds and start to really kind of represent ourselves, if you like, in a new way. We can leave things behind with more ease as well. The contrast to this, which is for a lot of us, well, it represents the past, right? It's everything that tries to stop us, is the 10 of Wands and the Devil. So the 10 of Wands is like the completion of huge, too much responsibility, burdens, feeling like weighed down. But it's like the completion of that, but it's definitely feeling burdened. Extra responsibility, like it feels heavy. And then we've got the Devil, the shadow. So it's almost like this is saying that it's speaking that like the spaces that the Devil is still lurking are these senses of ourself that we've got kind of caught up with, or where we're still operating from some type of obligation or a sense of a burden. You know, and a lot of us in life have got into these patterns through people pleasing. And this is like really asking that to go. Like, this is it's a destructive energy within us now, because it's that unhelpful for us. It's like sometimes the thing that could be actually blocking us, you know, the thing. We tend to think of blocks or reasons that we can't get somewhere, achieve something, do something, be something. We tend to think of it in external terms, or as if something's missing. But actually, a lot of the time, these patterns, the Devil is in the strongholds of the mind, the attachments that we have. Thank you, Spirit. So we've got the Two of Cups, but it came out reverse. So it's essentially love, like, but this is not trusting self. Like in the upright, it's love, like unified love, that balance, harmony between two. So reversed, it's like self-love, inner, but there's an imbalance. So this is basically speaking into a deeper call for self-regard, like a deeper call for trust. That's what it is. It's trust. Trust of self. Trust of self, because, oh, my dear, if you listen to this, yeah? If you don't trust your beautiful self and work to reveal what blocks, competition blocks. 5 of Wands. Conflict in the mind, competition, rivalry, strife, tension. All of this stuff, and it's no judgment, right? These are the energies that have held the old world in place. They're woven through society, through our families, through the framework in our mind. This is no judgment. But it's like Spirit's asking us to really look within, the devil's within, and where we're holding this kind of competitive and conflict, essentially conflict, kind of disharmony within, then we're going to find it hard to trust ourselves. And if we don't trust ourselves, how are you going to step into the world that you know is calling you? I'm still going to cycle. Okay, Spirit, show me what else. The moon. That's beautiful. 18 reduces to 9, so it's a completion card, and to me that suggests like the moon to come out at this point. It's like any fears, anxieties, anything that's held in the subconscious. This is all of our subconscious programming and blocks. There is nothing else blocking us. That's what this is speaking into. You know, the old world is anchored on the energies that run through the mind. And sometimes when we personalize them, it's quite hard to leave something behind and make the transition into the new world or into a new sense of self. If we can't give and receive, if we don't trust and have some self-regard, there's no stable foundation when the tower crumbles. There's something about this chess game and the moon. You might want to tune deeper into your dreams at the moment, or maybe carve some time out for meditation. I can really feel someone would benefit from surrendering to like a deeper space within, almost like to allow yourself to become a mystery to yourself in some way. Because any fears and anxieties, you know, which are hidden in the subconscious, but they are an illusion, essentially. The moon speaks of illusions and where we delude ourselves that we are less than we are, or, less than in any way, where that's not possible, or, you know, I can't imagine that right now, then there isn't a way. There's always a way. So let's have a quick look at this chess game and this sort of authority energy, because a lot of these readings recently, they're asking for this inner, you know, this inner authority, isn't it? We're calling our power back, you know, expanding, sovereign beings. So we have to really own our authority. What does that mean to us? And are we exercising that in a way that's coming from that heart awakened space? Okay, so the chess game. What are we saying? Game is in play upon the chessboard. Some of the pieces are sidelined. While the bronze queen lies on her side on the playing field, the people represented by these chess pieces are not usually those you meet for enjoyable pastimes. This is a card of political and social conflict. You may be in store for difficult interactions in group settings such as work, hierarchies, management disruptions, or conflicted family situations. Those sides seem to be clearly divided. Many of the people involved are really out for themselves. Deceit is present, and you may not be at all certain about everyone's motives or strategies. It's time for you to take an emotional or even actual step back. The more you get involved and the stronger you hold your position, the more heated the situation may become. No matter how challenging, try to maintain an inner peace. Don't participate in any battles or allegiances, but don't let yourself be deceived either. Looking at everything coolly and unemotionally. The people around you are serving their own agendas. Try to detach, be objective, and treat everyone involved from a deeper source of wisdom without being misled. There may come a time for you to leave or distance yourself from this situation, but because of circumstances, it may not be here just yet. For now, let yourself be a knowing observer and watch. Interesting. Yeah. So that's really, it's like, it's got a strategic energy, which I like. This really came, that energy really came through for me in Glastonbury, to be honest. And I'll tell you why, where that's cutting through for me. The strategic energy can cut through illusions in a way. When we get in a space where we feel confused or there's something going over, there's something around a kind of confused energy with this moon coming out. Not even confused, but an illusion somewhere. But the chess game energy, it's like it's asking us to sharpen up. Like, have you ever had that energy for yourself? Because I had it in Glastonbury. You know, when you think suddenly you've either gone off course a bit or your original purpose has changed and you have to reset and recheck. You know, that kind of feeling of checking in, a feeling that things might not be as they appear or people around you are not who they say they are or as they appear. A feeling that there is deceit somewhere asks us to pull a bit of a sharpen up a little bit, and not from an emotional space or a defensive space, but just a sense of, right, okay, I need to fix up and look sharp. I need to kind of observe here and see what's going on. And people do work from their own agendas. It's not personal. A lot of people's agendas are very deeply rooted in their fears and anxieties, and that's like, you know, best case scenario a lot of the time. I know people do have nefarious agendas. Personally, I don't really, I can't resonate with it. I can't connect to it. I don't understand when people go out of their way to actually bring someone else down, to take something from them deliberately in that way. But it does happen, right? And sometimes we just need to put on our big pants and say, okay, that's fair enough, but I'm not a fool and I'm not going to allow this. There's something here around becoming a bit more strategic in your life. A little bit more strategy from a place of self-respect and being the observer. Okay, let's see what 3, 3, 4, 4 clear. I'm gonna pull a Dragonfey card to open up, close out, whatever wants to. Oh well, more masculine energy. How beautiful. Interesting, isn't it? It's a real, my voice is going now. It's a real wow, it's like almost a union energy right now. Like the feminine presence, the feminine medicine consciousness is really deeply alive right now. But then we keep getting these like beautiful, sovereign, divine, masculine energies with the kings coming through and the Pendragon. Pure, divine, male energy. That speaks into as well, if any, people someone may be looking at relationships in your family or with men in your life, or maybe you're a man and you could be looking at relationships with other men. Right? There's something we're here with the Pendragon around that really pure, divine, masculine energy. And what I'm feeling now is this kind of phase of life that we get to where maybe our parents now, if we're lucky enough to still have them, we get older, they become more vulnerable, and we're at a kind of midpoint in life where there's a different way in which we bond with our fathers. They don't have the same drive and energy that they used to, and they become different in a lot of ways. There's something around that and around healing relationships with the masculine. And Pendragon itself, like the energy it's Avalon, right? Of course, it's divine masculine, beautiful energy. Wow, we've got the Dawn Watcher again. The Dawn Watcher came out the other week in a reading. It's like the time is here. Your time is now. The Dawn Watcher coming out after all of that is almost saying to me, like, don't forget the original card that you pulled. Two worlds. The bells will ring. The Dawn Watcher's looping straight back to that, in the sense that it's like that bell of your intuition is ringing. It's ringing now. And it may be causing a tower. And you may have to be a bit more observant, a bit more strategic in life. But this is just such a beautiful energy to come out. This is like divine masculine energy. It's like the presence of the Father, in truth, like the really deep. Let's see what it's saying. Just a little piece that's, I might have helped if I'd have turned the light on. I am he who is the hunter, the sage, the father, the provider, the protector. I am he who watches over his people and does the best for his family. I am he, your brother, your father, your husband, your son. I am sheer, powerful, masculine energy, and I am the lover of the goddess of the dragon fae. Together we create wholeness. Apart we wander alone and are more easily wounded, even destroyed. I have a role to care for others, to use my physical strength, to use my attributes to fight for those I love, and I will do that. I am king and emperor and God, and I care for you. Do not fear me. I would not hesitate to sweep you in my arms and hold you. I love you, but know that my role here takes me away many times from all the love and playfulness that still lives inside of me. Trust in my actions. This is speaking to the inner trust. Guys, this is like when the Two of Cups came out reversed, there was like a bit of a call for a deeper loving sense to self and the deeper trust in self and trust in your actions. In the masculine energy within all of us is the assertive, positive, the assertive, the action taker, the doer. If we're always criticizing ourselves, criticizing how we've done things, how we're still doing things, whether it's right, we're literally, demasculating our inner masculine. It's like a Pendragon. It's not necessary. I'm just going to read you this little bit here about the Pendragon. Pendragon literally translates from the Welsh as chief dragon. It was the last name of King Arthur and of his father Uther Pendragon. It means chief, and within the dragon fae energy of this name is the ability to defend and protect, to rule and be a very strong leader. Pendragon is a ruler amongst dragon fae, and as such his responsibilities as well as his influence are vast. He is powerful, but a loving heart truly does beat beneath the fierce exterior. Above all true and loyal, he is a faithful and passionate lover too. The Pendragon will move mountains and travel the earth and beyond to be united with his love. He will also do all he can for his offspring, even to the extent of building a foundation which will shelter them for years to come. Really powerful energy with this card. You may be having a complete shift or new way of being with a man in your life. You may have new male energy coming into your life as well when this appears, or it may be about the inner relationship there, but there's just a beautiful, and really feeling into the positive experiences that you've had in your life with men. It's easy for us to focus on the negative experiences, but this is really a very divine energy that's sweeping forward to offer you love, to offer you witness, and to really feel into, just those moments that have been present across your life with anybody where you've really felt that presence of the divine masculine, because this signifies very pure energy. So it could be sort of suggesting as well issues and conditioning to do with masculine role models. Somehow maleness is significant when this shows up. And this, as women, this can be about our attitudes as well, our attitudes towards men and to the masculine energy, because we're applying that attitude to ourselves as well, don't forget. And that's what all this is about at the moment. Everything is self. Brigid was the other card that came out. It's a beautiful card. We are one. So there's a lot of energy here of unity, but in a very deep way, a very subtle way, a way that's weaving in, almost like a basket, like it's holding us. I can't fully put that into words. And also that energy to come through as well, that Avalon energy is really beautiful. It was present with me today. It's been present. And it's just, there's something so powerful at that Stargate, at that place, because there's something very, very deep in the grids around this union architecture. So that's quite interesting that it's coming up. Okay, we're going to close out with Brigid. I mean, what better way to close out than with just this divine, feminine, ethereal, fae-like energy of Brigid. Like, she's the triple goddess, basically. She's the Celtic goddess, mother of all, goddess of the forge, of birth, the hearth and home, and of sacred wells and waters. Shanamokiatiatia. There's so much resonance with the waters right now. Wow. Shiatuka, transformed by the church into a Christian saint. She predates her saint counterpart by some 4,000 years or more. She's a well of kindness and strength, the patroness of those who are going through any form of struggle to be born into another time in their lives. Oh my God. Honestly, it's so beautiful when spirit speaks like this. Just to bring forward a true message, this true, these kind of archetypes, energies, speaks to the human journey, the journey of the soul. This is not new. And humanity have been walking this path of experience and evolution for so long, and we really are now at a completely different point of choice. We have 4433. We have choices in this now moment that none of our ancestors had before. It's just such a beautiful realization and honoring. And when they step forward like this, she carries a sword and knows that this time will be eased if you hold on to hope and understand that this is an experience that all beings endure, but it will not last. So do not struggle, because the light is in sight and it will be warm and safe and good very soon. And you will be better off for having known the hardship you are currently experiencing. So she's a goddess, but she's also very human. Okay, these are the messages from this, the dragon fae and the goddesses. Such an earthly, it's about bringing the divine, your divine nature into this earthly body, not seeking to leave your body, not seeking to be somewhere else. So the divinatory meanings of this card as well could be the oneness, like finding the space of common ground between you and somebody else. So yeah, it's pulling in that energy, the Hierophant, the higher perspective, the King of Wands, to have a higher perspective in any conflict situation, or somebody that may be causing you to feel defensive or be in an old reaction. Yes, a common ground between somebody that's very different or difficult. Understanding that aging is part of the human process, move beyond conditioned fears, understanding the truth of the other, having compassion and respect for difference, understanding and soul truths, great love. Women having children or mother issues all come up when this card makes her gracious presence felt. To work with Brigid deeper, you can work intentionally with candles and flames and keep the light going in your life. Reduce artificial light in your life and increase the sun and moonlight, the starlight, the light from flame and candlelight. Be sure to strive for justice, as Brigid ensures what is right and fair will indeed take place. Make an offering at any waterway. That's interesting as well, as a real beautiful message around that kind of keys energy of the conflict and the chess game. It's just like, can we just intentionally attend to, or bring our attention to, this kind of beautiful opening in love? Maybe go to the water, say a prayer, and even if we don't know how, just be willing to, set an intention, be willing to find a solution, be willing to. I always set an intention before conversations to bring, especially with my family, to bring balance and harmony, to bring harmony. And, we don't always achieve everything perfectly, but setting intentions definitely helps, and really acknowledging the support that is for you and around you, because you really do have so much loving support. We do get in ourselves, in our journey, in our minds, and very inward, thinking, because we think so much. We think about ourselves as well a lot, but then we forget sometimes that we are a part of this oneness, and there's so much energetic support available. The love of the goddess is with you. So thank you so much. Thank you. I love you so much. Take big care of yourselves. Till next time.